roster that we've got going out this afternoon. So we got number 3, the Duchess of Crutches, number 111, Mikulak, number 1205, Brad Verst. We've got 1224, Taxelson, 13 is Volga Ver, 131 is Lucy Fear, 17 MCAR, 213 is Banana Assassin, 250 Chick on Speed, 3839 is Punkash, 6 is Jakovic, 60 is Katerina Svirko, 67 is Lynette Zurek, 727 Zavisky, 750 Whiskey Chaser, 765 is Sneaker Freaka, number 9 is Letha Layla, and number 99 is Nina Nunchucks. Over now to the Team Costa Rica, Lou.
I'll run it down for you. Less than 3 is Janet Janet. Number 9 is Speed Girl. Number 17, Joss Amatista. Number 18 is Rosetta Stoned. Number 21, Susie Wheels. Number 23, K-Star. Number 25, String Reaper. Number 77, Sargento Inferno. Number 88 is Krav Marak. Number 95, Jama Drama. Number 97, Little Ambar. Number 107, Dark Hallie. Number 138, Momo Fett. 420 is Kick-Ass Paradise. 506 is Hurricane Tika. 314, Dominatrix. And 666, Demonia.
A little bit eager again, as we've got Susie Wheels from Costa Rica, who are playing in the black with the blue accenting, going up against Poland. And we have Jakovic in the white with the red accents. Now the jam is on. Both jammers hit the wall, and it's Jakovic through first to pick up lead. In fact, not lead, we've got a cut track being picked up by Jakovic. So immediately into the power jam for Susie Wheels, Lou.
That is a big advantage, but Susie Wheels is having a hard time getting through the defense right now. They've kept her towards the back of the pack. She's been trying a little bit of work, keeping those legs pumping, but the defense right now holding tight for Poland. See if Costa Rican can capitalize on this jam. Oh, sneaks around to the inside. Oh, and she's going to be called for a cut, so we've got 2 jammer penalties within the first 40 seconds of the game.
And Jakovic is going to be released. I think we're going to see Susie Wheels hit most of that 30 seconds as Jakovic was in that penalty box for a while. Jakovic is now on the track. Takes a tumble as she gets through, but that's the initial pass complete. Remember, she was sent to the penalty box on her initial pass of the pack.
And with both jammers going to the penalty box, this one will last the full 2 minutes. Jakovic does a nice bit of bobbing and weaving, works her way through, picking up the first points of the game. Full 5.
Little Ambar for Costa Rica picked up a cut track penalty in the middle of that. So Poland with the blocker advantage.
Jakovic once again through the pack, picking up 4 points on that pass, bringing her total to 9 right now. And we've got another cut track being called. So this is 2 cut tracks so far on Susie Wales. An ominous start for Team Costa Rica.
Picking up 2 of her allowed 4 penalties in the first jam.
And I can't tell you, I don't think I've seen 3 penalties on jammers in pretty much any of the games I've seen yet today. So quick trips to the penalty box, and quite expensive ones at that, as Team Poland rolls up 18 points on Team Costa Rica.
And that was the first 2 minutes of the game. First jam, we had 3 penalties on the jammers, several on the blockers, and 18 points on the board.
It looks like we're going to have Katrina Swerko coming out to the line, number 60 for the ladies in white. That is Team Poland.
And of course it is a power start. Svirko manages to get through but picks up lead. No, we're getting a skating out of bounds penalty issued.
This is amazing. 4 jammer penalties in the first 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes.
So what happened there was Svirko was knocked to the inside just before the pivot line, but actually ran and re-entered the track on the apex of turn 1-2, cutting the lap distance short for the re-entry.
Susie Wheels lost one of her toe stops, tried to recycle back and went to the stops and just hit the floor. So a little bit of a topsy-turvy start here for Team Costa Rica.
Clockwise pack here. And I think Susie Wheels got caught there in that run back just got caught, so that's going to be Susie Wheels picking up her third jammer penalty in only jam 2.
And one more penalty and she's out of the game.
And
I do believe with these half an hour formats, it is 4 penalties and you are ejected. So Swerko making another pass.
And we're getting Krav Marak for Costa Rica taking a cut track call. Going to go and join the jammer and this other Costa Rica blocker that's currently occupying the penalty box. So Poland now with a commanding pack advantage.
Whiskey Chaser being sent to the bench or to the back or the penalty box. And we are going to see the return of Susie Wheels.
And with that pass, Katrina Svierko manages to beat the bar set by the previous jammer Jakovic in jam number 2 for a 25-point jam, taking the score Poland 43, Costa Rica 0, with just under 5 minutes of play gone in this game.
Wow, and a lot of those points are due to those massive penalties. 3 penalties in a row for Susie Wheels. That is not a good way to start the game.
And as we go to a timeout, we'll give you a shout out to Pivot Star. Become part of the Pivot Star family, proudly sponsoring Team Wales. Sublimated uniforms in 2 styles to suit everyone. That's Pivot Star.
So we've got a timeout being called right now. Costa Rica being very smart, trying to get their act back together. They're going to really have to watch out for Susie Wheels. She's already picked up those 3 fouls. She's never even basically had a chance to get off the track yet.
I'd be surprised if we see Susie Wheels coming back to the track to jam. So we'll maybe get a chance now to see some of the other Costa Rica jammers, because we've only seen Susie Wheels because 2 jams and she's been in the penalty box 3 times.
And that's a total of 4 we've seen. So 4 penalty jams or penalties on jammers very, very early. Number 666 coming to the line for Costa Rica, Demonia.
And going to be lined up against Taxelson for Poland.
Taxelson engages the pack, finds a little room around the outside, and is able to escape. Demonia working on that 3-wall of Team Poland just gets sent to the floor. Nice job by her teammates, though, opening up an inside line. And she was able to exploit it and off on her scoring run, but it looks like Taxelson's going to let that one run, trusting on her defense there, and they did their job. Nice little 3-wall set there, sent her to the ground. Taxelson trying to find some room to the inside. Resets going back to the outside, now right up the middle. And Taxelson, a beautiful opening block there.
Rosetta Stone and String Reaper just taking each other out in their attempts to get to Taxelson at the front of the pack.
And Emka did a beautiful block there on Sargento Inferno to open up her jammer's lane. And Taxelson cut track to the box. Wow. 5 penalties on jammers so far.
Forearms penalty is going to be picked up by 750 for Poland. That's Whiskey Chaser. Just went with the jammer takeout of Demonia, picked up the forearm, so now Demonia out, picks up 5 points, the first 5 points on the board for Team Costa Rica in this game.
Well, sometimes those first points are the hardest ones to get, and those are going to give a little bit of confidence there to their jammers. Demonia working in the scrum, gets driven to the inside, comes back, resets her line, trying to find a little room. Poland sets their defense.
Power jam comes to an end. Both jammers here in this crowd straight.
Demonia wanted to call it off there for a second and remembered she was not the lead jammer.
So Poland put 12 on the board, but Costa Rica get their first 5 in the game. 55 plays 5 now.
Number 99 taking the jam line now for Team Poland. That's Nina Nunchucks. Jos Amatista, the jammer for Team Costa Rica. And Nunchucks is going to pick up the lead jam once again for Team Poland.
Nina Nunchucks, wearing the name Roberts on her jersey, is through for a 5-point pass. Meanwhile, Jos Amatista just being held at the front of the pack. Looks like we're going to get a forearms penalty.
Well, Poland's doing a great job of keeping Jos at bay while also opening lanes for their jammers.
So that was, it looks like the Duchess of Crutches picked up that forearms penalty in the pack. So Poland slightly reduced in the blockers. Jos Amatista to try to side surf the line, but steps over, being forced to recycle back 40 feet to the turn 1-2 apex. As Nina Nunchucks gets through for a 4th scoring 5-point pass.
Costa Rica trying to hold her back. Nice little pop there by Jama Drama, but cannot hold her into the pack. And you're definitely starting to see Team Poland's size being a little bit of an advantage, as the Costa Rican team fairly small in stature.
Duchess of Crutches picks up a 2nd penalty, this time for a direction of gameplay. And we're going to get, looks like, a multiplayer block. And that's going to be called on Jama Drama from Costa Rica.
Nina's got about 12 seconds left on the jam. She's got 35 points already on this jam, trying to make it an even 40. Jos speeds away from the pack, and she's going to deny her that 40 points, but she is going to pick up 39 for her effort. Oh, no, they did give her that 5th, so she did pick up that 40-point jam. A huge jam there.
So remember, if you're enjoying the action at home, give us a shout out on Twitter at Derby World Cup. Use the hashtag RDWC2018. That's RDWC2018. Let us know which games you're enjoying and who you think is going to take this.
We have had 14 penalties in these first 4 jams. That is a huge number. And if that keeps at that pace, we're going to see a few of these players not finishing the game.
And number 15 is picked up by Sargento Inferno with the forearms for Costa Rica. Great move by Savitsky there. Rolling to the outside and immediately with the drawback. Poland's blockers are really giving Djakovic an easy time here.
Like again, Djakovic is able to come up, hit the defenders, and spread out their defense pretty easily. So she's making a lot of those seams herself. Again, that size difference again, I'm definitely seeing on the Poland and Costa Rica line.
Star pass for Costa Rica to Jamet Janet now with the star in possession.
Djakovic with about 50 seconds left to go in this jam. She's already put 20 points on the board.
And now Jamet Janet is out of the pack with the cover on the helmet.
Oh, beautiful pop there. Kick-ass paradise. Driving Djakovic out of bounds.
Jamet Janet is now on a scoring pass here for Costa Rica, but just being forced back by Savitsky. Going to start that assault again. Multiplayer block called on Sargento Inferno. As Jamet Janet just a bit slow to get up there. We're back on our wheels and once more into that wall of white. So Poland just happy to run this clock here with Djakovic putting up another huge jam, 32-point jam for Poland, taking the score 33-point jam, I apologize, taking the score 128-11 as we get it. Looks like an official review is being called here by Poland.
I'd like to give a shout out to S1 Helmets, the S1 Lifer helmet. Best fit plus best protection equals made for roller derby. Get a lifer, be a lifer. S1, the official helmet of the 2018 Roller Derby World Cup. Also like to do a shout out to Double Threat Skates. Expert advice from experienced staff. Talk to doublethreatskates.co.uk. So we've seen a lot of penalties so far here in this first half of this game. Quite too many of them on Costa Rica, but I will say one of the positive notes on the Costa Rican side, Kick-Ass Paradise is a fairly fierce player, and she's made a few good shots. Unfortunately, the Costa Rican defense is a bit porous, and Poland is just really being able to take advantage of it.
I think as well that the Polish blockers seem to be controlling the pack well. They're able to switch offense and defense very quickly as their jammers is coming through, and that's allowing their jammers to rack up these 33 and 40 point jams with relative ease from our viewpoint. But there's a lot of work going into that pack, just hustling the Costa Ricans where they want them and making those gaps to make it, to give the jammers that express lane straight through the pack.
And they have. There's been a number of times you've seen them do a wonderful job while trapping the Costa Rican jammers and moving to the middle of the track to open up an inside line or open up the outside line. And one of the great things about that is the jammers are recognizing that and following the leads of their blockers. It's so smart. There are those jammers that just like to do it by themselves, but it works so much better if you follow a good lead.
So the official review is over. Hopefully we'll get an update from an alt referee very soon. But in the meantime, it looks like we're going to go to Katarina Zwierko for Poland, lining up against Little Amber in the black for Costa Rica.
This is Little Ambar's first time with the Jam Star, I do believe. And Katarina Zwierko finds her way through the pack, and she is going to be the lead jammer for Team Poland.
And we've got a multiplayer block called on a Costa Rican block. I couldn't see who it was as they went to sit down in the box, slightly obscured from view from us. And we get a cut track picked up by Little Amber, so back to a power jam for Poland.
These power jams have just done such damage to Team Costa Rica.
Poland started off with a passive offense, then with the rush. But in that rush, it looks like we've got Emka. Nope, sorry, not Emka. It is actually Mikalik. Picks up the back block penalty during that rush.
Zwierko working her way through. She's got 20 points so far on this jam. Zwierko trying to find her way through. Rosetta Stone doing some nice work now that she's out of the penalty box.
Power jam comes to an end. Little Amber with the leaping contact to the Duchess of Crutches. Going to go back to the penalty box for another sit down. Tried the apex jump, but jumped straight into Duchess of Crutches. Picks up the leaping contact penalty.
And Costa Rica has already used their team timeout. I would almost burn an official review right now, just to get your team's head back together.
Well, there's still 12 and a half minutes of the game left. Team Poland 158, Costa Rica 11.
Okay, a low block was requested for a Costa Rica blocker, and the no call stands. That was the question of the review.
So Team Poland have been racking up some big jams. That was another 33-point jam we've just seen there. And again, double power jam, which is where Poland are really putting the points in the bank.
And we see three. I do believe it's three of the Costa Rican players right now in the penalty box. Taxelson working her way through, putting the points on the board. There's a 5.
One of those players, of course, is Little Ambar.
It looks like Rosetta Stone coming back onto the floor. Little Ambar standing in the penalty area.
Poland doing some great work with that timed offense, just holding off, rolling behind the Costa Rican pack until they need to just pull the trigger and do the rush, get that rush in, open up. That's going to be Little Ambar, picks up a penalty and an insubordination.
So she's gone.
That's going to be Little Ambar out of the game now.
Wow.
I don't think Little Ambar understood the penalty and was standing on track talking to the referee about it, of course, which fulfills the criteria for the insubordination. She also took out a mouth guard during that, so I don't know whether she was also being penalised for the equipment violation.
Well, after you get your 4th, you might as well get a 5th.
Either way, we won't be seeing Little Ambar back on track here. But
and
what we are seeing on the track is Taxelson again, just being aided by that Polish amazing offensive blocking work to be able to rack up these points in this power jam. So we're going to see a jammer substitution for Costa Rica as Little Ambar has a double penalty to serve.
And I don't think we've seen Susie Wheels on the track since those first couple of jams either.
And it looks like it's going to be Demonia is taking over for Little Ambar in the penalty box. So I think we're going to see probably still some of that first penalty reserved, and then definitely the entire second penalty.
In the last 3 jams, Poland has scored 91 points. Amazing.
Just under half of their points in the game in 3 jams.
Well, Costa Rica knows things that they need to work on. They're seeing the penalty problems. Got to get their defense a little bit tighter. Making a great effort, trying their hardest, but just coming up a little short right now. 186-11 is the score. About 8 minutes, 35 seconds left to go.
So we're talking about mouth guards. Of course, if you want a mouth guard, look at Sisu mouth guards, the official mouth guard of the 2018 Roller Derby World Cup. Sisu mouth guards. Not sure what the official timeout is here for, but I can see there's lots of clipboard checking going on. So whether or not they're checking the penalty tallies here.
I'm just kind of wondering if they're going to walk over and ask another one of the Costa Rican players on the bench, would you mind... So again, Team Poland starting out with a nice advantage. 5 on 3.
Nina Nunchuk's on the power jam, picks up the lead immediately out the gate. Demonia could just sit in the penalty box and watch another power jam go against Costa Rica.
And once again, Nina Nunchucks doing the work, finds the line on the inside, puts another 5 on the board.
And we're seeing Zawiski clockwise block going to the penalty box for Poland, but doesn't seem to be affecting the effectiveness, if you pardon the expression, of the Polish blocking wall here. Power jam comes to an end. Great move by Demonia, jumping through the pack.
Kick-ass Paradise doing some battle with Nina Nunchucks.
Demonia puts 4 on the board. First 4 points we've seen in a while for Costa Rica.
A little moral victory there. Oh, and she tries to go that inside line again. Luckily doesn't come off the ground, but she smacked hard into the side of the players and rolled herself to the inside.
Great move by Zurek, just able to step in and take that space that Demonia wanted.
So we're going to see Sargento Inferno coming out now as the jammer for Team Costa Rica, who has a whole 16 points.
And we've got Jakovic for Poland. Cut track called on Jakovic, so power jam going in favour of Costa Rica here. Sargento Inferno gets a chance to actually take the Costa Ricans into a power jam.
Zwicky did a beautiful job popping Sargento out of bounds there.
And Costa Rica, unfortunately, more penalty trouble. Only the 2 blockers to help them in the power jam. Poland have got a lot of strength on that penalty killing side. Power jam ends as Jakovic comes back to track through and completes the initial pass. Now lead jam status is still available here if only Sargento Inferno can push her way through that trio of Polish blockers at the back.
Jakovic dancing her way through again.
And unfortunately it looks like it's going to be a cut track and an insubordination for Sargento Inferno. Just stayed on track too long after that call. Coasted the corner, of course. Failure to immediately comply with the referee's instructions and leave the track after the initial penalty.
Jakovic burns her way around again. 14 points so far on this jam. She's got about 25 seconds left to go. Slides to the inside of the defense. Does go over the track though, so she's going to have to recycle her way back around Janet.
Costa Rica once more with a heavily depleted line as Sargento Inferno comes back to the track.
And Susie Wheels has fouled out. So we've got 2 foul outs now for Team Costa Rica. We hadn't seen her much since those first jams, and well, we're not going to see her anymore for the rest of the night.
And we've got 3.5 minutes left of play.
Jama Drama, the jammer for Team Costa Rica, trying to find her way through that Team Poland defense, and Costa Rica has just been locked down by that defense.
Meanwhile, Katrina Zvierko is through with lead. And we've got an illegal procedure being issued. Looks like 2 Costa Rican blockers have gone at exactly the same time.
We've also had Krav Marak foul out. So 4 foul outs now. Or excuse me, 3 foul outs. 2:40 to 16. Swerko's on a 15-point run here. Oh, let's go ahead and make that 20. Oh, nice little effort there by Rosetta Stone. Guess what? You're going to get a penalty. Everybody gets a penalty.
Out of play block to Rosetta Stone.
Swerko, another 5, or excuse me, 4 on that one. So she's got 24 on this jam. About 40 seconds left. Oh, tries to do the jump. Nice work there. String Reaper getting in the way.
Zurek once more doing a good job clearing house for Zvierko. Duchess of Crutches rolls. Jammer Drama to the outside, but looks like She thought she was clear of the cut, but the cut track is issued.
I think she thought the Duchess of Crutches had gone over the line and could come back in, and just wasn't the case.
So 1:20 in the period, a 39-point jam for Katrina Zvierko. 264 to Poland, 20 to Costa Rica. And time for a shout out to fifth block of skates. Skater owned and operated since 2011, Gallus.
And this should be probably the last jam of the game here. Taxelson at the line, and we are going to have
So
a
we've got
timeout.
an official timeout. Looks like we've got another foul out, so we're having a swap. So Jama Drama now fouling out. And I can't see who it is that's replaced.
You know, Costa Rica has not gotten a lead jam this whole game. They've been putting in the effort, they've been trying, but Team Poland, with the size and skill, has just been able to keep them at bay the whole game. I mean, it is just lead jam after lead jam.
So now we're back underway with Taxelson. Takes the inside line, picks up the lead for Poland. So we'll be able to see who it is that's replacing Jamadrama.
That's going to be
come at the
Janet,
penalty box.
Janet, I do believe. And let's see if she can stay in the game for the last 30 seconds.
So of course Poland are going to probably want to run this out as long as they can, because it's going to be based on points differential.
And again, kick-ass paradise. Some great work. One of the big standouts for Team Costa Rica. Taxelson works her way through, puts another 4 on.
Again, you can see the difference in the defensive styles here. So Poland are very quick at making those braced walls, the trios, and controlling the speed of the pack that way, whereas Costa Rica don't seem to be able to form the structures in the pack, not helped by the amount of blocker penalties that they're picking up as well, so they can't keep a consistent number of blockers on track to actually build those walls correctly.
13-4 on this scoring run. Taxelson with 13. Janet, well, her replacement now. Or Janet is the replacement.
Janet has in fact put some points on the board in this jam for Team Costa Rica. No pack is called, so they're going to have to release Taxelson.
Taxelson puts another 5 on. She's going to finish up with a 23-point jam. A tough game there for Team Costa Rica. An ominous start with that double jammer penalty, and it just kind of followed suit the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, considering they had a couple of their main rotation jammers fouled out, that's never going to help your chances. And obviously every time you've got a jammer sitting in the penalty box, what they're not doing is they're not on track scoring, and it's also giving your opposition the chance to just dominate the pack, control that, especially when Costa Rica were quite often down on blocker numbers.
And one of the other big stories in that is with Poland controlling that, they had a number of 2-minute jams. And as a matter of fact, this final jam was jam number 11. And so to have 11 jams in a 30-minute game, that is a ridiculously low number.
But considering the points that they were putting on the board, when they were in and scoring, they were picking up 20s, 30s and 40s consistently. But I mean, let's not take it away from Costa Rica. They've got some really good players. I think they just need to gel a bit more and maybe build that consistency. And I'm fairly sure that they'll be getting having some words about staying on the track,
Definitely.
especially in these short format games where it's so easy. And considering we saw a couple of extra penalties picked up there for things like insubordinations, unnecessary penalties, really, they're always going to hurt you in a short format game with reduced penalties.
Well, Costa Rica's got some work to do, but I don't think they'll mind doing it because he gets to skate.
And that's what these events are for. These events are for leveling countries up and bringing the sport, making the sport wider. Look at the nations that played their first World Cups, and the nations that played in 2011, the ones that played in 2014, and you're seeing the playing fields level out a lot more amongst those teams. And every year the teams kind of come in here and get exposure and get a chance to play at this level. They'll come back stronger, and they'll take this back stronger to the home leagues, and we'll grow roller derby globally this way, which is, as I say, what this event is pretty much about.
And this is Costa Rica's first World Cup, and so they are a newer team. They're probably just happy to be here and be learning, because you know what? How do you learn the best? You play against the best.
Exactly.
And this is a world scale of that, and so I hope the best for Team Costa Rica. And again, I thought Kick-Ass Paradise was a beautiful standout. She had some great timing blocked. Just didn't quite have enough reinforcement to keep the Poland Jammers back.
I think Poland are going to be a team to watch going through the rest of this tournament. We already saw the upset this morning when they beat Japan, and that was a game that I thought Japan were going to take, and I saw Poland very, very strong with the blockers, and I think that's just allowing them to really take control of these games, set the pace, open the gaps up when they need it, but also lock down and shut down the opposing team, the opposing jammers. So my team to watch going through the rest of this tournament is going to be Poland.
Not a bad call at all.
So with the final score here on the Rainy City Roller Derby track, standing at Poland 287, Costa Rica 28. It's time for us to sign off. So from me, Sven will I be famous,
Professor Lou Bottomy, and our silent Pedro, thank you a lot for coming out and watching Roller Derby with us.